273.8.
So the fat pads are arranged in such a way that they're in the same membrane across the entire ventral side of the snake. So we can cut one side and remove the other, and we remove it in one big track. And the reason why we remove it is we can use it to test for heavy metals and other contaminants.
1.0 kilograms.
1.0.
So here we have a 3-chambered heart. There's some more fat pads in this area. And you can actually follow this. This is the trachea. And actually, part of the esophagus was nicked. So you can see that it can expand a lot and follows into here. So this one digestive tract runs all the way down to the stomach and to the lower GI tract. Over here below the heart we can see the liver and even some lungs over here, which has an interesting tissue. Really quick, so you can have a look at the texture. One thing we look for is to make sure that it has nothing irregular about it, so we'll cut into it and have a look inside. Sorry, 1 second. So sometimes when we do necropsies, we'll see that the lungs are still full of air. So you can see the lung tissue here. Moving on down, this is the stomach. It's slightly larger than the rest of the tract. The gallbladder, and I'm going to use my fingers for this. We can also find the pancreas and spleen. These are actually testes, which have the vas deferens. So you can see the two pairs running, or the pair running down the length of the body. Kidneys. Lower GI tract, as I mentioned earlier, so you can see here that there are some contents, very few though. And then down here we have the hemipenes. Also associated with the testes we can find adrenal glands, which are these pink structures that are medial to the testes, and they're found on both of them. So you can see all of that. So what we do is we collect samples from the testes. We do a sperm smear to see if the sperm are viable, and also collect liver and tissue samples, including the tail, so we can test for heavy metals and mercury and other contaminants. I removed the membrane encapsulating the heart and just to check to see if there's any irregularities. There's three chambers, and I just kind of manipulated to see if there's any hardness to it or anything irregular about it, but it seems to be normal. About the liver here, so I'm just going to take a regular sample. So I'm just going to remove a quite large piece just in case we need to subsample.
How many weigh it back for you?
Yeah, that'd be great.
33 grams.
The FDA wants to use tissue from the snake that will probably be used for human consumption and test that for any contaminants or heavy metals. This is the spleen. Looks quite normal. And pancreas, just found associated with the guts near the gallbladder. That's also normal. So right now we're removing the intestinal tract to weigh it and collect the contents so we could do a diet study on its diet. So what we're doing is we're squeezing out the guts. We find it's the easiest way to do it. So we cut off a segment, apply pressure, and run it down the length of intestines. So here we're removing the stomach contents actually.
We have to actually cut the stomach open.
If nothing's coming out, we cut it open.
So this is the inside of the stomach.
We've collected all of the samples we need from this individual. So since the person who collected the snake requested that he retain the body, gets it back, we're just cleaning it out for him.